I share my top hair growth secrets for length retention. We're doing over 10,000 steps today. Yes, we're outside and it's a beautiful day to be beautiful. So I decided that as I walk today, I'm going to share with you my hair growth secrets. And then this is my third attempt to do this live stream. I started before and my signal I keep on walking in these dead spots, but nonetheless, I really want to share these tips with you because I've seen that you guys have been pretty much commenting on my videos to share hair growth tips and about hair products and that sort of thing. So I'm here today. Okay, so the first thing I want us to understand is when it comes on to hair growth, I want you to get the basics. I want you to have realistic expectation, and having realistic expectation simply means pretty much the science behind hair growth. Simple put, hair grows like a little bit to half inch per month, half inch or a little bit less sometimes. Some people that has really fast hair growth will get a little bit more over half an inch per month. And so for a year, most person will get 6 inches per year, and that's if you're growing at an average hair growth rate. People that have really fast hair growth, they may probably get 7 to 8 inches for the year, that sort of thing. And also, not a lot of persons at the end of the year retain all that length, because if everybody here is growing that rate, even if your hair is growing at its slowest, you may be getting like probably 4 inches per year at the slowest growth rate. Once your hair is growing out of your scalp, meaning that you don't have alopecia, you should be seeing some amount of length retention at the end of the year. So then, with that said, can I safely say that hair growth is not your issue? The issue that we have is actually length retention, especially for natural hair girlies that have curlier textures. Our hair, because of how weak it is, other races are able to retain their length easily because their hair is stronger naturally, because it's not curly. Once your hair is curly, where the bonds are formed at the curls, your hair is weaker in those areas, and that's why your hair will just snap and break. That's all that is to it. And because your hair breaks so easily, we need to take extra care to retain length. So it's not that our hair doesn't grow as fast as the other races. It does. It's just that we are not retaining our length. So let's jump into length retention. Oh, one more thing. A lot of persons have been asking me about the products that I use on my clients here to grow it out. So whilst products are good in and of themselves to aid you in length retention, unless you have alopecia or unless your hair is not growing at the optimum growth rate that you're supposed to be having monthly, those hair growth products will not do much for you if you're not practicing length retention. Because if you're stimulating your follicles, if the hair is growing out of your scalp healthily and you're not retaining that length, you're not going to see longer hair. Oh my gosh, I see them, Jared. Oh my gosh, but these are cute bugs, so we're keeping them. So if your hair is growing at that rate, at the end of the year you're supposed to be having 6 inches tops. Say you trim your hair a few times for the year, at the end of each year you're supposed to at least be retaining at least 4 inches. After 2 years you're supposed to be having at least 8 to 10 inches of hair. Some people are able to retain most of their length, some people are struggle with length retention. And so the people that really care for their hair in terms of doing their protective styles, moisturize their hair, do their regular deep conditioning, and really takes care of their hair, they will see more length retention than others, and they will have less need of trimming as well. So while trimming is essential, if your hair is not damaged, like we don't trim our hair to have even ends. Our hair does not grow that way. Very few people grow their hair out and it tends to stay even. It's not practical, and here's why. Scientifically speaking, our hair grows in phases. Hi, Mark. Our hair grows in phases. Thank you, Mark. Can you leave now? Thank you. Our hair grows in phases: anagen, telogen, and catagen. And like I said, you may not know this, I'm a trichologist, a hair loss practitioner, also a natural hair specialist who have had clients, thousands of clients dealing with, and I've helped thousands of people to grow their hair out. If you are new to my channel, go back to my older videos from 2020 when I just started this channel, and you'll see in the progress over the years of clients that I had from day one. I have documented and posted their videos, their content. Thank you, Jessie. I've been posting those content consistently over the years, so you guys were able to see their hair growth progress. Whether it was a child, an adult, an elderly person, you have seen me transform people that had short natural hair into long and even waist length hair so many times. So then I'm saying, if you're having hair growth issue as a natural hair girly, then I'm here to help. The first thing I want you to know is our hair, even though, contrary to what some people believe, our hair can grow long. And if your hair is stuck at the same length for a very long time, you may want to look into what you're doing in terms of your hair growth regimen. Yes? You may want to look into, are you deep conditioning your hair? And if yes, are you using the right products? Because if you're not using the right products, that can also be counterproductive. For example, deep conditioning your hair and moisturizing your hair, or whether your hair is able to absorb and retain the moisture, has everything to do with your hair's porosity. And it's important for you to know your hair porosity, because when you know your hair's porosity, you know what products to use. For example, people with low porosity hair has no business leaving on products that has protein in them on their hair. Yes, while their hair still needs protein treatment, it's not recommended to leave any product on your hair that has protein on it without rinsing it out. Oh, I have one. I have one, Jessie. Thank you. I don't mind perspiring. That's okay. It's a part of it. We're doing over 10,000 steps, and that's awesome. So it's not that hot. It's still morning here in the Cayman Islands, thanks to looking out. It's warm, but definitely not hot as yet. Right, so with low porosity hair, the cuticle layer of your hair is tightly closed, and what protein does is, coat your strands and really tend to lock the moisture in. So if you have low porosity hair, this is already locked in, your hair is going to just become weighed down, hard, and eventually it's going to break. But if you have high porosity hair, you definitely need more protein treatments, because high porosity hair is simply that type of hair that the strands, or the cuticle layer of the strands, are pretty much open. So it allows moisture easily into the strand, and also it evaporates just as easily. And so the protein will act, hello darling, the protein will act as a barrier over your strand to really coat your strands, to get it to really get your strand to retain the moisture. Sorry, I got distracted. Right, so it's important to know what products you're putting on your hair. There are some products that are protein moisture balanced, and I recommend those type of products for low porosity hair and high porosity hair, because they just have just enough protein and moisture that the strands need. Thank you, Growing and Flower, and thanks to the 5 person that gave us a thumbs up so far. You guys are super duper awesome. Yes, so it's important to know your hair's porosity for moisture. When it comes to moisturizing hair, let me say this: oils are not moisturizers. Oils are sealant. Butters are not moisturizers. They're sealant. And what this means is that they lock the moisture in the strand. They seal the moisture in the strand. Moisture comes from water and water-based products. So then, if you're putting oil on your hair and it's still dry, you never use a water-based product, or you're not using water at all on your hair, you're just pretty much sealing in dryness. You need to focus on moisturizing and then sealing in the moisture. So when you moisturize your hair and you seal in the moisture of the hair, then your hair will be left more moisturized. Another thing about moisturizing the hair that I want you to pay attention to, if you have hair that tends to be dry and brittle, you want to make sure that you follow up with a shampoo, follow up with a deep conditioner after every shampoo. And that simply is going to help to keep your hair moisturized for a longer period of time. So Skylar Casey is asking how to make natural hair soft and long. I'm telling you now, if you want to get long, soft, natural hair, deep condition your hair regularly. As much as you shampoo, you deep condition your hair, moisturize your hair, do a protective style. Do a protective style. If longer hair is not your goal, and you just pretty much want to wear your curls out and enjoy it, then this live stream is not for you. That's okay. If you want to get healthier hair, and with healthier hair eventually will come the length. Yes, Leah Space says she has been using conditioning shampoo. Is that good? Yes, Leah, conditioning shampoo is awesome, but also even if you're using a conditioning shampoo, you still need to follow up with a deep conditioner, because even though it's a conditioning shampoo, all shampoos have what you call surfactants, and what that does is clean. That's a cleaning agent in the shampoos, so it will naturally strip your hair of the moisture and the oils that you naturally produce by your sebaceous gland, which is the glands that produce oils that coat your strands. And those oils help to keep your strands not only moisturized but stronger. So even when your hair is dry, you still have some oils from the sebaceous gland that is on your hair. But the issue with our hair, because it's so coily, those oils don't get to really travel to the ends of our hair. People with naturally straight hair, they have the opposite issue. Because their hair is straight, they tend to have overly active sebaceous glands that just make their hair so greasy. Even if they don't not put in oils in it, it's just greasy, so they need to wash every day. We don't have that luxury. Our hair gets dry. We need to put oil. We need to put moisturizers. Yes, and follow through with a leave-in conditioner. Yeah, so then if you're doing this step-by-step, shampoo, deep conditioner, leave-in conditioner, sealing with a nice oil or butter, whichever one you choose, whichever one you like, your favorite oils or butter, and then doing your protective style. By the way, if you have 4C hair or type 4 hair, I would not suggest that you try to attempt to do a protective style while your hair is still wet. I would suggest to you that you stretch your hair. And when I say stretch your hair, you can use a blow dryer safely with heat protectant and on the lowest setting to stretch your hair with the tension method. But also, I'd recommend that you do some bantu knots or braids, big braids or twists, and just stretch your hair. When your hair is dry, then that's when you want to style. Why? Because even though our hair has more elasticity whilst it is wet, it also the time when the hair is very vulnerable and susceptible to breakage, because that's the time when our hair coils on itself. And so when you're manipulating your hair while it's coiling on itself, especially if you're doing smaller protective styles, it may be tangling a lot, snap and break. Thank you, Sweet Chin. Hair masks are great, but also I always tell my clients to seek professional help, because sometimes we buy products that won't necessarily help our hair because of our hair type. And also, just like our bodies, we don't eat the same thing every day simply because our body doesn't need the same thing every day. There's different nutrients that our body needs. Same thing with your hair. Your hair, you using the same treatment on your hair all the time will provide the nutrients that it needs in some area, but it also will be lacking in other nutrients that that particular treatment does not provide. And so I always advise my client, get professional help. And if you find products that work with you, try to rotate those products so you're not using the same thing all the time. So sometimes you're doing protein, sometimes you're doing moisture, sometimes you're detoxing and rehydrating. So learning about your hair is important. Hi Linda Lewis, welcome to the live stream, and thanks to the 7th person that gave us a thumbs up so far. You guys are super duper awesome. So learn what products work for your hair, get professional advice, and go on from there. Now back to length retention. So then, if we have realistic expectation that our hair grows like a little less than half an inch per month, you know, by the end of the year you can retain maximum 6-7 inches if you have fast growing hair. With that expectation in mind, you'll understand that when you buy hair growth products, you're not going to be seeing massive hair growth out of the ordinary. You may get a little bit extra, but not always. You're not going to be growing 2 inches in a month. So all those videos that you see people saying that they grew 2 inches in a month, they're lying. And I can tell you that they're lying because I grew my hair to waist length several times. I've helped so many clients grow their hair to waist length so many times. And no matter what, no matter the hair vitamins I'm giving them, no matter how much minoxidil, rosemary oil, any oil or herb that I'm giving them consistently for months, they would never get 2 inches in 1 month. Never, ever, ever. Regardless of genetics or not. If your hair is growing fast, you may get an inch per month. But if your hair is growing at a normal rate, you're getting like half an inch. A little bit less or a little bit more per month. Hi, Andreen. Yes, Leah, that's how our body, operates. So then I'm saying to you that with those expectations in mind, no matter what products you're using, just know that if you're not focusing on length retention, all that growth that you're getting over the months, accumulating into years, you're not retaining those lengths. And that's why you don't have longer hair. It took me over 7 years, 6 to 7 years to grow waist length hair. And that's with a lot of setbacks. That's with my hair breaking off. That's when I did a protective style that didn't work so well for me and my hair started breaking off. That's with when my alopecia issue flared up and my hair started falling out in clumps. So many things happened along the journey, and I managed to grow my hair to waist length within that period of time. I grew grandma's hair to waist length in a little bit over 6 years. It took time, and she was dedicated, and I was dedicated, and I know what products to use. I know exactly what to do. I'm saying this to say that there's not some miraculous product on the market. If that was the case, doctors would have capitalized on that and made millions of dollars because celebrities and everybody want longer hair. There's no magical product on the market that's going to give you 2 inches of hair in a month. Let's be real. Thank you, Aldrine. Thank you, Aldrine. So then, let's focus on what we need to focus on. If you want longer hair, this is what you do. Be gentle with your hair. When you're taking down your protective styles, be very gentle. Take your time. Take it down. Don't just rip a comb through it. Use your hands to separate it. Treat it like a little baby. When you wash your hair, by the way, you should not be washing your hair every day. You're not Caucasian. Our hair doesn't do that unless your doctor said otherwise because of some scalp issues that you're having. We don't do that if you want to retain length. Once or twice per month is sufficient. And when you do that, follow up with a deep conditioner all the time. As long as you're using a shampoo, deep conditioner. Let it be your holy grail. Deep condition your hair, you know. And after deep conditioner, moisturize your hair. Do it several times for the week until your hair get the message that I need you to stay hydrated. It's just like when you're dehydrated, you drink water. You don't just have one glass of water. You don't just drink a bottle of water and all of a sudden you're well hydrated. If you're severely dehydrated, it means that you have been losing fluid for a while and not replenishing yourself. And now it simply means that you may need something more drastic and consistent to replace those fluid over time. So if you're consistently sipping on water, you may even have to go to the emergency room to get an IV with water, because that's how dehydrated you are, until your body gets the news that I need you to be hydrated. You're consistently doing that. So once you're consistently moisturizing your hair, eventually your hair will start staying moisturized, and then you'll realize that you don't necessarily need to reapply your moisturizer ever so often again. So if you were doing it every day, then it's eventually every other day, then eventually 3 or 2 times for the week, but your hair is staying moisturized. And that's the goal, because once our hair is moisturized, it doesn't break so easily. And if your hair is not breaking so easily, you'll be retaining the length. It's as simple as that, guys. Length retention is as simple as that. Just find products that works with you, be gentle with your hair, do your protective style, and stick to the plan. Thank you, Aldrine. Hi, Peaches Brown Man. Welcome to the live stream. How are you? Yes, so if you guys have not, like, if you're new to my channel, go back to my older videos where I share my hair growth journey. You guys watch my hair grow from my big chopped to waist length. You saw at the time that it took me to grow there, to get there. You saw when I had alopecia, when my hair fell out. You saw the entire journey, the process. You saw the in and the out. If you go back to those videos, then you'll understand that what I'm saying to you is not only from my experience, but also from my experience with my clients that have been growing their hair over years. Yes, Shaquita. Thank you, Faith. No, I'm not married, Aldrin. And we're here to talk about here, not my relationship status. Thank you, Elias. Right, so if there's a question that you want to ask which is hair related, you can go ahead and ask your question now. I think I pretty much covered most of everything that needed to be said. You're welcome, Chiquita. And by the way, thanks to the 9 persons that gave us a thumbs up so far. You guys are super duper awesome. So we're over 6,000 steps. We still need 4,000 steps to go to reach our 10,000 steps goal. But we're doing it. So Shaquita is asking, does it matter if I cornrow or do 2-strand twists for growth? No, Shaquita, it doesn't matter. What matters is you focus on what works for your hair. Let me explain that to you. Some of my clients, they can do 2-strand twists and keep them in as long as 2 months. Never get tangled. The only issue that they may have is that they have to redo the nape area, the edges of their hair, simply because those edges tend to take up lint and lock the hair in the root area. Outside of that, their hair doesn't get tangled and it doesn't undo itself. Those clients are blessed because 2-strand twists are easy to install and easy to take out, and I think they're easy to moisturize and care for a while you have those styles in. I consider those clients to be very blessed. I, on the other hand, and some of the clients that I have on the other hand, if they put in 2-strand twists within a week to 2 weeks time, they have to remove them simply because their hair will start locking. And you do not want a protective style that causes your hair to be locking, because if your hair is locking in your protective style, thank you. Those girls loving up on girls. Right, so if your hair is locking in your protective style, You're gonna have breakage when you're taking them down. And remember, you want longer hair, and to get longer hair, you want to be preventing breakage. You want to be preventing breakage. So then I'm saying to you, do the styles that will last you for the longest, but still you're able to take care of your hair, and still it won't cause your hair to tangle and get matted. The styles that protect your ends. So for cornrows, some people, when I cornrow their hair, it lasts them for a very long time, and that's good. And cornrows tend not to get tangled so much. So if you do cornrows, I like to do cornrows, and then if I'm bored of the cornrows, I like to do like a crochet hair on top of my cornrows, simply because the style lasts longer, and it's also a beautiful protective style. So Shaquita says, so how often to moisturize while having it braided? Again, Shaquita, that depends on your hair. Start by moisturizing like 2 to 3 times per week. If you notice that your hair gets really dried after doing that, you can up it. Or if you notice that your hair is staying moisturized for longer, you can lessen the amount of time that you put moisturizers on your hair. Hi Linda. By the way, thanks to the 11 persons that gave us a thumbs up so far. You guys are super duper awesome. We're over 7,000 steps, guys. We only have 3 more thousand to go. We're getting it in. What other questions do you have that is hair related, please? Do I sell hair products? That's what Rush is asking. Yes, I do. But I live in the Cayman Islands, and I have not started exporting products. So we only supply to our local beauty supply store, and also to our clients at the salon currently. You're welcome, Shaquita. And remember, guys, oils are not moisturizers, they're sealant. So if you're using oils, you're using it to lock the moisture in your strand, not for moisturizing. Okay? Hello, how are you? You saw me when I was passing?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. See, I got water. Thank you. Yeah, so we'll continue on our journey. That's what I love about Cayman. People are so kind. I think they're used to me just walking by every single day. So they literally look out for me to give me water and stuff. So that's awesome. Ain't that cute? Yeah, so we're going into an area that has a lot of greenery that I absolutely love. Let me show you the view, guys. So this is where we're walking now. It's paradise. I live in paradise, let me tell you. Beautiful island here in the Cayman. Are you guys also on a weight loss journey? So I'm going to end my live stream in another 2 minutes. So if you guys don't have any more hair related questions, usually I go live for 30 minutes and then I start running and then head on back home. But whilst I'm running, I definitely have to end this live stream. But I'm giving you an opportunity just in case you have any more questions. So I want to share something with you. You see, when you're consistently taking care of yourself, doing the things that makes you happy, doing the things that are goals for yourself and that you like for yourself, it develops discipline in you for other things. So Peaches says, how long it took you to grow your hair? It took me around seven years to get waist length hair, Peaches. Carol says, what should I use for moisturizer instead of hair oil? So, oils have their place, Carol. I'm not saying not to use hair oil. Oils have their place. You need a leave-in conditioner or a leave-in moisturizer that is water-based. When I say water-based, I mean the first few ingredients should be water on the list of ingredients. That's so you know that they're water-based and not oil-based. If they're water-based, you're getting moisture from them. And then you use your oils on top of that, or your butters or your creams to lock the moisture in your strand. Do you understand, Peaches? Sorry, Carol. Thank you, Sawyer Fishes. Thank you. I love it too. Thank you. And thanks to the 15 person that gave us a thumbs up so far. You guys are super duper awesome. So it's officially 30 minutes into the live stream and I don't see any more hair related question coming in. Thank you guys for coming to keep my company whilst doing 10,000 steps. I am going to run now, literally. I'm going to be running now. Sawyers, you know I have waistline here, right? Where's your hair? Where's your hair? Me and my friends, me and my girlfriends, and my guy friends that come to me to get their hair done have waistline here. You're in no position to comment on my hair if you don't have any, sweetheart. Bye. Hi, Wolfie. Anyway, guys, bye. Remember, Jesus loves you, so be very good. Toodaloo. Thank you, Joshy. Bye.